freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?
Patriots, this is Secret Service Sam. Welcome to Samson's World. That is right. Welcome to Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your universe collide. That is right. Happy Taco Tuesday. I love me some good-ass tacos. My favorite tacos, as you know, are Via's Tacos in Highland Park. That was featured during the Bad Bunny halftime Super Bowl show. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about today. I don't know if it's necessarily all good, but it's news and we have to go over it. We have to face it, don't we, Patriots? We are now broadcasting live to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We are all over the map. I hope you guys are doing well. I had a great conversation yesterday with a gentleman who came on, who had said he had voted for Trump in all three, I guess 3 times, or I don't know how many he said, something like that. And he said he was disappointed with how things were going. And I think that's being echoed throughout our country right now, that a lot of people were kind of duped, you know, and I get it. You know, we've all been duped before, and it doesn't feel good. And, you know, I know there's a lot of the FAFO crowd F around and find out. But I don't wish anybody ill will. You know, I know a lot of people, as the human flaw is we don't realize something, you know, is bad until it hits our front doorstep. And some of us have the ability to kind of see a little bit past that, can see the ball coming down the pipe, but not everybody does. And that's okay. You know, we got to learn that we're all Americans and accept each other. Now, I don't know if you saw this right off the jump, but Shia LaBeouf was in New Orleans at Mardi Gras. The guy is supposedly everybody thought he was sober, but he is not sober. Patriots don't vote for, oh God, here we go. 46MD, a real patriot is somebody who believes in our U.S. Constitution, my friend. So I never voted for just open borders and all this stuff, but here we are. I actually just voted because I didn't like Donald Trump. I just don't like what he stands for. I still don't like what he stands for. But you know, that's neither here and now. I mean, I guess it is here and now, actually. Anyway, I'm digressulating. You know, 46MD, you come on the show quite often in the comments, and I wonder why you won't come on and talk to me. I think we're kind of past the point where we're getting to be friends now, man. We are getting to be friends now, and I just think you should come on the show, talk to Big Sam. You'll see. I'm not anybody. I didn't bite the guy yesterday. I didn't yell at anybody. But I will put it as I always do. This is a town hall meeting. I'm an equal opportunist, and there it is. There's the link right there. If anybody wants to come on the show and talk to me, whether lefty, righty, in the middle-y, maybe I will. Now you're talking, 46MD. Come on, baby. Let's have a chat. I really like to hear. I don't like to hear people's opinions that I might just totally agree with or whatnot. I think it's good to hear everybody's opinion, and you have a voice here, and it's important to know that. Hey, Silky Sweet, how are you? Thank you, Silky Sweet, so much for that. Yeah, you know, it's so funny with this show, you guys. I mean, I'm literally just sitting up in the attic of my house, not knowing what will happen every single day. Honestly, yesterday, I didn't even want to do the show. I'm tired, you know, I wasn't feeling great. But I really do this for you guys, especially you, Silky Sweet. And a lot of the viewers who have been here since day one. It's hard. It takes a lot of effort to just come on here, talk to people. Also in the comments, there's just a lot of people just hurling some of the worst words at me. And to let it kind of, blow off your shoulders, so to speak, it does get tough. So I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not getting paid to do this. YouTube pays me very little to do this show. There's been days where nobody's watching the show. Right now we have 50 people on the live, and I treat that as if I was in a live theater. Well, hey, that's a nice audience there. Free America from AIPAC. I totally agree with that. And just even take it further, free America from any lobbyist who is trying to get our elected officials to do something that's not America first. Like the conversation I had with the great gentleman yesterday, this goes across both aisles. We all want America first. I'm tired of sending our money overseas. I really am. CJ Clark, you've been funny on Tea Time. Thank you. That's great. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, there is a show I'm in with Patrick Cloud. It's called Tea Time on All Def Digital. And I play the butler. It's pretty funny. So please go check that on YouTube. Also, tomorrow, I am on Comics Unleashed on CBS. It's my first time being on network TV, I will say. And Byron Allen is the host. It's an awesome show where it's just what it sounds like. Comics just sitting around shooting the shit. And it's really amazing. Do I know who AIPAC is? Yeah, AIPAC is basically what lobbyists, Israeli. It goes straight to Israel. I mean, lobbyists. Is there a better definition of that? USS Liberty. But from my understanding, like I just saw, who is it? Hakeem Jeffries. They're like, hey, you're going to take money from AIPAC? It's like, well, it's like, dude, it's either a yes or no question. And I think we should make it illegal for our politicians to take any outside foreign money. I mean, and if I get it, maybe it is here, but they shouldn't be able to take money that sways their narrative, unless it's America first. We need to be America first. And I don't think Joe Biden, I don't think a lot of American presidents, to be honest, have not been putting America first in a long time. And when we say America first, that's us first. That's the people like, my guy who was on the show yesterday. He works at a car dealership, said it took him 2 months to find a job, saying most people don't have $500 in savings to their name. If they have 1,000, they're shocked. And I just think we need to band together. You know what I mean? It's a really us first them kind of thing. I'm tired of billionaires telling me that the grocery store is cheap when none of them even go to the grocery store. Yeah, Silky Sweet, please tune in tomorrow, CBS, after the Colbert Show. I'm on Comics Unleashed. Thank you so much, my miracle mama. You are my miracle mama out there. Love your show. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you guys for all that you do. I agree. America first and America only. I always give the example. It's like if there's shit all in my yard and my house is just falling apart, the AC's broken, there's shingles falling off the roof, the windows are messed up, the floors are coming up, there's water leaking in my home. Why in hell would I go fix somebody else's leaks in all their house 2,000 miles away before fixing my home, before making sure my family is taken care of? I'm tired of it. All these politicians, every single one of them, they act like they're America first, but they are not. And they are lying to our faces. And one thing I have to say is these Epstein files are really, and this will sound crazy, it's God, exposing something that has just been buried forever. And I will give it up. I will give it up to the Trump administration, whether or not they're they're happy about opening up this Pandora's box or not. They have opened it up. And I'll give them credit because no other administration has ever. We are coming. It's like a zit, like my guy said on the show yesterday. It's a zit that's coming. And guess what? It's a big white head. And it has to be popped. And they say, you'll be shocked. It will bring everything down. Well, guess what? I don't know about you, but I have nothing to lose from that. I have nothing to lose from taking down every single sick pedophile on this earth. I'm hunting pedophiles, bitch. And I hope you'll join me. I really hope you'll join me because that's America first. I'm tired of giving money away to everybody else. Yes. Why is our tax money going to pedophiles in Israel? I don't know. People say that. I've seen reports of that where people do go to Israel who are pedophiles to hide out there. Take them all out, man. I'm Jewish, and I love all my all religions. You know what I mean? Like my wife's Catholic. I don't love religion personally. I'm more spiritual. Because I think religion is just another reason to say, oh, I'm better than you. My God's better than, my God's not better than you. I've always joked, because Jewish people, we've always said, we're the chosen ones, right? But even that is I'm realizing is kind of offensive if you're not Jewish. Why? How can you say that God has chosen only us Jewish people and not you? Not Muslims, not Catholics, not Buddhists, not whatever religion you are, even atheists. You know what I mean? It's weird. I'd always make jokes. Hey, I'm the chosen one. I can say whatever and we go to heaven anyway. But I think it's time. I think we're having a real reckoning as a globe, and I always, it's funny. My religion, if you'd really like to know, is more like closer to like Hinduism, maybe because, like Indian religion, and correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what one of my Indian friends told me, that their God is the sun. Their God is the earth, the water, the moon, like our natural resources. I always love that quote that man worships an invisible God while destroying and ignoring the real God, which is earth. You know what I mean? Because without our earth, and earth is this living ball, we're on this living, breathing ball, and all of us just take that for such granted every day, every damn day. And I think if we thought a little deeper than what our religious books have taught us, whether it's the Torah, the Bible, I think we have to think way deeper than that. Like we need planetary religion, right? Like the sun. I'm a sun worshiper, right? Because if we do not have the sun, we're dead, right? If we do not have water, we're dead. If we do not have fire, we're dead. Our natural resources, we're gone without it all. And it's just, I think we think so small. But I agree. It's America first. No matter what politician comes out, it has to be America first. And it's not enough that they say it. They need to show me their freaking tax returns that say there's no APAC, there's no 2-pack, there's no boo pack. I don't know any pack. The problem is these super PACs have taken over politics. And I get it. That's been going on since the beginning of time that, hey, man, I'll get you elected. But guess what? I want to make that freeway that goes through those people's neighborhood. And if I give you $1 million and you get elected, you need to lobby and make sure I can make that freeway, and say, okay, man, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Meanwhile, the people like us, the ones who don't have all the money, I always say I'm too poor to stop the war, And look, I'm Ukrainian. I think I did a 23andMe, or my dad did, and I believe we're Ukrainian. I always thought I was Russian, but I think we're Ukrainian. But so I support Ukraine, but guess what? We need to take care of America. America first. There's families in America who are hurting. Our schools look like shit. Every single school in America should be immaculate. Every single one, every public, private, whatever it is, in the worst neighborhood. Just imagine if in the worst neighborhoods in America, our schools were beautiful, immaculate. Imagine what that would do for morale. Imagine, because education is king, and they want us stupid. They don't want us to think about what they're doing. And it comes back to what I was saying. That is why, we need to get Putin out of the Ukraine. And look, allegedly, I just heard that an ex-KGB guy was talking. I saw this video saying they have stuff on all of our politicians. They are blackmail. Why are we so in love with Russia? Did you guys ever see the movie Red Dawn with Patrick Swayze? Not the second one, the original with Patrick Swayze. Charlie Sheen, I think, was in it. He's a pedophile. But it was a great movie, and it was about Russians like parachuted down in the middle. I don't know if it took place in Texas or where it was. And it used to be during the 80s, like we weren't for Russia, man. We weren't for dictators, right? Because what makes America so beautiful and what's scary now, I don't even know. I'm going out of the country this summer, and I won't be surprised if it's like, hey, Sam, we've been watching you online. You've been saying some funky shit, man. Not sure if we can let you back in, to which I'll make a video about. But I don't know. For the first time, we're allowed to say whatever crazy shit we want to. That's freedom of speech. Now, there's consequences, of course. Oh, my God. Thank you so much, Shelly, Bella, Sam. Congrats on being on the show tomorrow. Keep up the good work and love your passion. Shay Bella, thank you so much for that. That's $10, and you didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. I don't even know where that money goes to. I need to find that out. Let me take a picture of this so I can look later. That goes to show you how much I know about this YouTube stuff. But thank you so much for doing that. That's just so sweet of you. And you guys can't see that. But she gave me a $10. It's like a badge or something. I don't even know, but I love you for that. I really appreciate it. Where was I going with that? I was totally digressulating. What is America first? Somebody asked me. I would say America first is how I've stated. That we fix our schools, like the lunch programs, the free lunches that we're canceling, figure out a way to take care of our homeless population, but more importantly, take care of the people who are just about to be homeless so we don't have more homeless. We really need to be America first, because we're a beautiful country, but we're not just a white country. I just saw that Jeremy Kral or whoever they just pushed through. The guy is an open white supremacist. He's not denying it, and they pushed him through. Thank you for touching this topic. We must end all wars. Wars are for billionaires to steal minerals and land from other countries. Enough. Agreed. Thank you over on Instagram. Thank you, Shay Bella. You're the one, guys, who she just gave me that $10 badge. Thank you so much. That really means the world. Shay, if you ever want to come on the show and chat with me, I would love to meet you in person on here. Please feel free to do that. Kojo, I just saw joined on Instagram. Shout out to Kojo, a hilarious comedian from the UK. Just played with Dave Chappelle. He's a friend of mine. He's an amazing comedian. Check him out. Yeah, guys. Like I said, I think this Epstein thing it's so much sicker and deeper than any of us can comprehend. They're having like blood rituals. I'm finding out that there's people who they're like breed kids and they give them over to these elite billionaires so they don't have birth certificates. So these poor kids are not traced, and they're trafficked and tortured and sexualized and then killed. And if you don't have a birth certificate, no social security number, there's nobody that's coming looking for you. And I think that is what we need to get to the bottom of. And I don't care who's a part of it, but they need to be taken down. We need to, it's like Liam Neeson in Taken. I have a certain set of skills that makes me very dangerous to people like you. Where is Liam Neeson when you need him? Right? Wouldn't you love to see a movie of Liam Neeson going to Epstein Island and just fucking cleaning house on all those pedophiles? I mean, have you seen the video of Jeffrey Epstein? He was like, he's like doing, and he's this huge thing on his lip. It just, even thinking about it, it gets me disgusted. Steve Bannon looks like if fucking syphilis was a person. Steve Bannon said it himself. He said, if we don't win these midterms, we're all going to prison. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Why are there so many sick billionaire elites out there who are just allowed to get away with this stuff for so many years? But guess what? God is coming to clean house. You know what I mean? Not Erica Kirk God, let him deal with that. No. The real God, folks. The real God is showing us and is coming through to get everyone. Mass inflation really started when the Democrats passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which really had nothing to do with inflation. I'll agree with you. Yeah, I mean, Democrats, they're not America first. Are you a sovereign citizen? I think so. I don't know. I'm an American citizen. What is a sovereign citizen? I don't even know. Siri, what is a sovereign citizen?
Sovereign citizen is a person who claims to be above the law, with his own interpretation of the law. This answer is from legaldictionary.net.
No, I am not a sovereign citizen, I guess. I don't think I'm above the law. But I guess a lot of these politicians believe they are. Here it is too. Thank you. Look at that, you guys. Gotta highlight. Shay Bella gave me $10. That means the world. It really does. I gotta go find out where that goes, Shay, because I know you've been giving me money, and it's honestly, I'd look on YouTube and I'm just like, where the heck is the money go to, man? Where the heck is it going to? I'm just looking on YouTube Studio now if I can see like where these badges, watch pages, short memberships, supers. I gotta learn up on this. Supers. I don't know. You're definitely a super fan, that's for sure. I need to figure out how to make you one. Yeah, I agree. He has. Thank you again, Shay. This is so sweet of you. Thank you so much for donating to me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go. My kids will just take it right out of my pocket. So thank you. Epstein was Mossad. Israel has a lot of dirt. Yeah. I mean, I think if we're being honest with ourselves, Epstein was the vehicle to blackmail politicians. It's so funny. Everybody thought Diddy. If you guys don't know, I rose to fame during the Diddy trial. I was inside the courtroom every day. And I think that's what they thought Diddy was doing. Or before, we all thought Diddy was blackmailing celebrities, whoever, getting them on tape so he could get a deal done. But it's really Jeffrey Epstein. And thank you so much for that compliment, by the way, BB Woe. You're rad. Right back at you. Remember the movie Rad Racing? I love that movie. I always loved BMX racing when I was a kid. America first means we need to be building the infrastructure that creates products before we buy products from another country. Yeah, and I agree. And I know we're trying to do that. I know it's easier said than done. And I think that's like the end goal of America first, right? Like, of course, infrastructure, like our bridges are falling apart. You know, I live here in Los Angeles where like when it rains, you better have an ark, baby, because you are floating. So it's like there's so many potholes here in Los Angeles. Our homeless population is out of control. And here's something I have to say, because I just saw Nick Shirley, Squirrely Whirly Shirley, was just here in Skid Row, which is like literally, you know, not too far from where I live. But what I think people have to understand is that Los Angeles is one of the only places in the planet that you can live year round, right? Like I'm from St. Louis originally. You cannot be homeless in St. Louis and live outside year round, right? Can't do it in Chicago, can't do it in Detroit. Not even like Atlanta, even Florida. It rains too much or it's too hot. So our laws, I don't think they should allow the campers just anywhere. I think to deal with our homeless population, we need to have like designated campsites in a sense. So we deal with homelessness, unhoused in a respectful way, but we're also not disrespecting hardworking Americans who are trying to stay from being homeless. So I wish people would understand that if you went and ID'd all the homeless people in downtown Los Angeles, I guarantee they're not all California natives. They're from all over the world, all over the country. And the reason they're able to be here is, yes, because our laws are loose. But the most important reason is the weather. Like, say, if you were in St. Louis, Missouri, and you had the loosest laws for homeless people, they said, come on to St. Louis and just be homeless, pitch a tent wherever you want. Nobody's going to do it because you can't survive. So I wish people would take that into account, that it's not like, oh, you're governor of California, you guys, your lefty libs are just letting it go to shit. Like, I don't like it. It started during COVID. Our homeless issue was really quite under control. You did not see tents everywhere. There was not trash everywhere. And after COVID, that sent a lot of people who weren't homeless into being homeless. I know comedians who live in their car. Shout out to comedian DeHerm, a hilarious comedian who he was living outside. Now he has a car. He's moving up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up. Anyway, I'm digressulating. It's oh, Silky Sweet, you sent me a picture of your artwork. Oh, I didn't know you did art. I'd love to see that. I will check it out. Come to Northeast Pennsylvania if you want to see caves, not potholes in the street. Dang. And also, Stan Durko, that's the thing with the weather when it snows and rains and the heat. Like, I get it, but we need to take care of our own infrastructure. Shay Bella, thank you. A coffee on me. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? Coffee is about $10. I drink my Nespressos with soy milk, which nobody has soy milk anymore. I don't know why. I mean, my boobs they say it grows man boobs or whatever, but I don't really have man boobs anymore. Like how I said anymore. Yeah, I don't know. It's just almond and oat milk, and I just don't like that. I don't drink Starbucks. That shit is trash. You know what I love? When you go into a coffee bean, a Starbucks, and they have a picture of these migrant workers, like just in the sun, killing themselves. And it's funny how they think like, look where your beans are coming from. And it's like, you guys treat your migrant workers like shit. Like, some of them have a t-shirt like tied around their head to shade themselves. They're working all day long, making nothing. And it's funny because they have pictures of these people up in these coffee shops. Like, that's something to celebrate, pay them well. Quit going to other countries and stealing their coffee beans, bitch. Viewersteamboat.com. I don't know what that means. Show us. What would you like to see? Oh, show us the man boobs, Luke. All right, hold on. Look at that. Showing the man boobs. Look. Now, granted, I ran 5 miles today. I do Pilates twice a week. I quit the ganj, which that's actually 3 weeks today. I'm very proud of that. That was a tough one to give up, but I did. There's the moobs, man. There is the moobs right for you, Luke. John 13 said, release the moobs. And we are charged $5 extra for each car you own, supposedly for roads, $55 for car inspection and emissions. Exactly. Where is all of our money going? I mean, that's the thing. They said they spent billions and billions of dollars on fixing the homeless. Cloud71964, I'm in Australia and love your Instagram. Thank you so much. Guys, if you're not following me, it's at Secret Service Sam everywhere. Any more news on Nancy? Yes. Quit the ganj, LOL. Yes, Miss Funky a lot. It was hard, but it's 3 weeks today. And if a lot of you guys didn't know that about me, I was too far into it, man. And my asthma got bad. And this is the first I've said it publicly. But I'm really proud of myself, and I've felt better than I've felt in a long time. So if anybody needs to talk to me about that, if you suffer from any kind of addiction, always feel free to reach out to me. Yes, Cloud71964, Nancy Guthrie. What a strange, crazy kidnapping case. I have here some information. I don't know if you can see that. There's a guy named Zach, a guy named Luke, a woman named Kayla. This woman named Kayla, this is fascinating, and I'm just switching around topics here. But a woman named Kayla allegedly has become a prime suspect in this. That's great. So proud of you. Be honest. Were you a little bit grouchy after quitting? You know what's crazy, Miss Funkalot? No. I mean, I did have one day where I was like in a bad mood and didn't have something to quite take the edge off. But no, in general, I find since I've quit, I've been in a better mood. And trust me, I'm Samson. You know, Dave Chappelle, I know him. He's a friend. Whenever he sees me, he says, I want to talk to Samson. And no, this 3 weeks, I felt better than I've felt in so long because I haven't just been in a cloud. I've been present. I'm raw dogging life for the first time in a long time. And I feel clear. I feel level-headed. You know, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be miserable. But I kind of found a little bit that the amount that I was doing was making me more miserable than I was. I was not just some casual, you know, kind of guy like that. We got Danny. Somebody is coming to the mix. This is great. I love when people come on the show to talk to me. Hey, Dan.
Hey, yo, it's Kermit the Frog here. What kind of podcast am I on?
Hey, Kermit. You are on a podcast. This is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your universe collide. So that pretty much includes a little bit of everything. I was just about to talk a little bit about the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping, but I saw you come on, Kermit.
Kidnapping.
Are you aware of that? Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy Guthrie, was kidnapped out of Tucson, Arizona.
Oh dear. Was that near Sesame Street?
Actually, it was just down the street from Sesame Street.
Oh dear. Oh my.
No, it isn't, because Sesame Street is in New York, but it's in Tucson, Arizona. How are things actually going down on Sesame Street? Are they canceling it? Because I think, haven't they like taken the money? They've defunded PBS and
they won't tell you there's a lot of gang violence.
On Sesame Street?
Yes, sir. That's right, Sam.
Wow. That's terrible. I had no clue. What is it, like Oscar the Grouch? Is he a Crip or a Blood, or you know, is he in the trade deli on?
No, that would be Cookie Monster. He's as blue as ever. He's repping that trip. East Side Atlantic trip, yeah, baby. Woo, yay! But you know how it is.
Elmo's a Blood.
He's Blood. Right? He's repping Blood all day, baby. You know, Sam. Sam, I am.
You know it. How's Miss Piggy doing, Kermit?
Oh, she's being a real pig. Real pain in my frog ass, if you know what I'm saying.
Frog ass. That's funny.
Yeah.
Kermit, I got to ask a personal question. Are you green everywhere, or, you know, is it...
Whoa.
You know, is it green? I don't know. That's what inquiring.
Oh, dear. Well, butter my bun, Sam, won't you? But, yes, I'm green everywhere. It's not easy being green, you know, but green's the color of spring, and green can be friendly like, but it's beautiful, and it's what I want to be, so, you know.
It really is. And I look, everybody loves you, Kermit. It was actually sad. Jim Henson's studio closed down here in Los Angeles, and it was very sad because they took you off the roof. And I believe the statue you was brought to Atlanta, maybe to a museum or something. So I was very sad to see that the Jim Henson Studios closed after so many years.
Yeah,
here
it's
in
very
Los
sad.
Angeles.
It's very sad. But
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah,
Kermit? What do you think about the state of our world? What would you like to tell everybody, Kermit?
I don't think Epstein killed himself.
Yeah, I don't either, right? I really don't believe that either. I mean, why? Yeah, Kermit, you said a very factual thing today. Who do you think killed Epstein, Kermit, in all of your grand wisdom?
I believe it was the Mossad. I believe it was Israelis. And yeah, that's all I'll say. I'm gonna let you go, Sam. I appreciate it. I appreciate being on here, and you have a wonderful day. All right.
Kermit, please, hey, feel free to come on any single time. It was such an honor to have you on.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Yay!
Yay! Bye, Sam.
Kermit. Okay, bye. Guys, look at that. We just had Kermit the Frog pop on. Anything can happen here on Samson's World. Kermit, I love you. Let me throw you out a burn, burn, burn. That is right. Oh my gosh. I'm skipping around. I was going to Nancy. I also was talking about Shia LaBeouf earlier. There is a psychic, and you guys can Google this, Justin Chase Mullins Guthrie. He has a blog. He's a psychic medium, and he's been talking about a woman involved. This is Kayla. He said she had pale-skinned, reddish-brown hair, sometimes dyes it with blonde streaks, maybe in her 40s, but looks younger, and has a scar right here. And if you look at a picture from Kayla, she does actually have a scar there, and I believe psychic mediums. Like, of course, I don't go, to those. I'm like, hey, tell me about my future. I don't want to know. But I do believe that there are people who can access energy. I had this woman come on my show one time, and she literally got in my brain and helped me release a lot of pain I had I was in an accident a few years ago on the way to school with all three of my children. This woman took a left in front of us, hit our car, and sent us into a traffic light post. I hit a fire hydrant. There's water splashing all over on the hood of my car. My good friend RJ Bain was there. Thank God. He happened to be taking his kids to school. I'm like sobbing in the middle of the street. I thought the water coming over my hood was gasoline. When we hit, because I had no control, and that's what I think scared me most is like when we're in our car, I think we think like, oh yeah, I can react. And there was no time to react. And it hit me that we all could have just gone straight to heaven. And I saw this gray wall in front of us. Like, it was really weird, hard to explain. And this psychic woman told me that she said, I see this little woman with curly hair, and it was this woman, Carolyn, who was this, again, stay with me. She was a psychic healing masseuse who I knew in St. Louis, who taught me energy and how to transfer energy. And she could actually heal you. Like, instead of a massage, she could hold her hand over you and heal you with her energy. And this psychic told me that she was the one who protected my family. And so when you ever hear me say, keep light, love, health, happiness, laughter, everything around your family, it's really light that she taught me. If you can put light around the airplane you're getting into, you can put light around your car, light around your kids to keep you protected. But it was just, that she really, it was such a traumatizing experience for me. I got all my kids out of the car. My car was totaled. The woman who hit us had no insurance and took off pretty much, never came over and apologized. And it was just a real traumatic experience. Thank God my kids were all okay. I had kind of hurt myself a little bit, did some physical therapy, and I'm good now. But man, life is just so precious and so short that it was just, such an experience to me and I was crying my eyes out because I'm like, oh my God, that could have been it. But it wasn't, and it's amazing. You can still go to that traffic light here in Los Angeles, and there is the tattooed dent of our car that is in there. And I also learned too, I don't know if you guys know this, that fire hydrants, the bolts are hollow, so they pop off, because otherwise, if you hit a fire hydrant and if the bolts were solid in the middle, that it wouldn't pop off. So they're meant to pop off, which was something I learned. And I actually kept one of the bolts as a reminder. What's up, Sam T. Sievers? Hey, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Thanks for watching my show. I appreciate you guys. Miss Piggy loves Kermit's a long time. I thought it was Jordan Peterson. Time is precious, so waste it wisely. I like that. Anyway, I'm totally digressulating as per usual.
Digressulating.
Let's get back real quick. So this psychic medium was basically predicting that this woman, Kayla, and he also said the two men, he said that it's an older man in his 50s or maybe a little older, and he looks a little bit like Mario or Pablo Escobar. And if you look at these two men, he said one of them's kind of pudgy, and it does look like the people in the ski mask. I think we are very close to solving this Nancy Guthrie case. I won't be surprised to hear allegedly if Savannah is somehow involved. Like, it's just weird. Something is off. And I think we always know it's always within the family. So anyway, let's keep it rolling. I will let you guys know if I do get more updates on this, but did you guys hear Shia LaBeouf? Look at this video. He was in New Orleans, and look, if you've gotten sober, don't go to New Orleans. Don't go to the Big Easy and act big hard, because they will show you. Look at this. He gets up. Shia LaBeouf.
Stay down.
Dude, he hammered him. Chill.
Shut the f*** up! I'm gonna beat the f*** out of you, boy. Chill. Cut that out, bro. I'm telling you. We ain't out that
How embarrassing.
You do that one time, we ain't gonna take it easy. Hey, down. That's enough, man. You ain't talking to me. Chill the f*** out.
They busted Shia. New Orleans is no joke, man. That is a scary city. Last time I was in New Orleans, I was leaving my hotel in the morning, and this crazy guy comes and he's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, me? And he goes, "Yeah, me." And then the bellhop comes out. He goes, "Shut up, man. Get it away. Boo, 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 boo." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, you want some?" He's like, "Yeah, you're not the only one who's strapped." And the homeless guy starts to pull a gun out of his backpack. I'm like, dude, do not mess with people in New Orleans, because they're most likely carrying and crazy. At this point, they must be looking into the Epstein angle. I mean, at this point, Epstein's connected to everything. How about, did you see the thing on Howard Nutlick? Let me see if I can pull up this video. It's super disgusting. I had no clue. Howard Lutnick. Now, this is all conspiracy theory, you know. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I have this video real quick of Howard Nutlick. I'm not sure if I do. But is this it? Yeah, here we go. Let me pull this in. This is, guys, this is crazy. I didn't know any of this, but don't you love the truth? You know, I just love the truth, because it'll set you free, as they say. Hold on one second. Let me pull this video in for you guys. Again, this is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. Like I said, tomorrow night, make sure to watch me on Comics Unleashed after the Colbert Show. Where did that video go? What the heck? Oh, I think I took in the wrong one. Hold up. Hey. Yes. And also, if you guys are in the Florida area, I will be in Naples, Florida, which is very exciting. At Off the Hook Comedy Club, April Fool's Day. It's not a joke. I will be in Naples, Florida. So if you're in Florida and you're close to Naples and you'd like to come see me live, do some comedy. I do comedy music, comedy interaction. I'll answer some questions, do a little crowd work, just a little bit of everything. Check out this video on Howard Butlick. This is crazy.
At the Trade Center, only 300 are accounted for at this time, and none was at the building at that time. This immense human loss has truly devastated the chairman and CEO, Howard Lutnick.
Sure. Look at the fake tears. This guy is, I don't know who's got worse fake tears, him or Erica Kirk. Look at this asshole.
Normally, you would have been in your office on which floor?
105th floor. On
the 105th floor, and yet you didn't go in early that morning.
Things that make you go, Now listen to what he says, and we're about to debunk this.
Because of a critical decision you made.
My little
Why is he fucking laughing?
boy, I have a 5-year-old, and it was his first day of kindergarten
First day of kindergarten?
At Horace Mann, so...
At Horace Mann. Now, here's something people have pointed out. This was September 11th. The first day of school at Horace Mann at this school was September 6th. So he's lying.
I took him for his first day of big boy school. And because of that, I was late getting down to the office. And therefore, I wasn't in the building. I was on my way to the building.
On the way. It's just, can't you tell when people are lying or something is sus? He says it was his son's. Does Howard Butlick look like the type of guy who would want to take his boy to school on the first day? Something's fishy about this. And then there's a video of him crying because he got $35 million from insurance. And then he got $35 million from insurance. It's only $50,000 per family. So he had a fundraiser, right? And then I believe he sued Southwest Airlines or something like that, got $135 million. And a lot of the families complained because they thought he was going to take care of them. No, he kept all the money for himself, his partners, and none of the families got any of that money. So I find that it's just funny. And then Howard Butlick said, I met Jeffrey Epstein. We just lived next to each other. And he was gross. Even the way he says gross is suspicious to me. But it wasn't true. He just said in front of Congress, oh, yeah, well, I forgot about that time. I was on a boat and we had lunch on his island with my 4 kids, my wife, and our nannies. First off, what kind of money do you have if you have nannies, plural? So nothing suspicious there. But guys, here's things I would not do for $500. Alex, take my kids to Epstein Island. Are you effing kidding me? Action Packed, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing real well. Let's see also what we have. Donald Trump says he has been exonerated from the Epstein files. You sure about that, Dozen Donnie?
Said in an interview today that she and her husband are getting pulled into the Epstein matter to divert attention from you and that your administration has something to hide. What's your response to that?
I have nothing to hide.
If you can't hear that, he said Hillary and Bill Clinton are saying they're being pulled into the investigation to take away and distract away from the fact that Dozen Donnie is really in it, which could be some truth. But hey, if Hillary and Bill Clinton are in it, take them down, baby.
Exonerated. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. They went in hoping that they'd find it and found just the opposite. I've been totally exonerated. In fact, Jeffrey Epstein was fighting that I don't get elected with some author, a sleazebag, by the way. And I've been totally exonerated. No, they're getting pulled in, and that's their problem. I don't know. They're going to have to see what happens. But I watched her in Munich, and she seriously has Trump derangement syndrome.
Do you think that she should...
Oh, man. Funny, Sam, how some years are not released of those files. Trump is in the files. He's paying to keep himself hidden. Yeah. Firecracker Donnie, Trump will burn down the nation just to rule over the ashes. Yeah, well stated. He'll burn down the country to not be found out to be in those files. We'll go to wars. We'll do a ton of things. And again, I think if we're looking into it deeper, some people said Mossad. I think that's why Israel has such a stronghold over our government right now, is because they have information on all these politicians. They made it their job. They made it their job. I'm doing okay, but my pet turtle might be sick, so I've been pretty down lately. Oh, God. Action-packed, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I actually had a pet tortoise, and it was very sad. I was at work, and we had a bug guy come and spray, and he didn't tell us to take the tortoise out. And my wife calls me at work, and she says, Sam, you know, something's wrong with Harold. That was his name, Harold. And I said, what? She said, I just don't know what he's doing. I was like, nah, he's just sleeping. He's fine. And man, I got home, and Harold's eyes were gray, and he was dead. And if you ever get your house sprayed for anything, make sure you get your pets and animals out of the place, because they killed my freaking tortoise. I'm so sorry to hear about that, action-packed. You know, I love turtles and pets. Like we had what was it, an iguana? It wasn't an iguana. It was a gecko, one of those. And he died too. It's hard, man. We get close. I had a snake, a Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor named Clyde the Glide. He didn't die, but I ended up having to give him away because he just got so big. And it's like feeding him those huge rats got kind of scary. But I'm going to say a little special prayer for you guys. Please, God, heal Action Pack's turtle and make today be the day that his turtle turns around and starts to get better. You know, put some good energy into that turtle. We need that turtle to live. I always make sure I'm home when I get sprayed for bugs and make sure my turtle is clear from the sprays. What do you think happened, Action Packed? Is the turtle, is it old, or was it, you know, what kind of turtle is it? You know, what happened? I know we used to have one of those with the turtle with the red on the side that swims in the tank. And it's actually funny, if you go to Echo Park Lake, a lot of people just throw their turtles, which I actually ended up doing. I gave my turtle to the Echo Park Lake, and dude, they thrive there. There's so many just happy turtles there. But yeah, I'm hoping your turtle has a speedy, quick recovery. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I don't know any turtle doctors at all, but I do wish you the best. That sucks. Now, if you guys do want to look up the Epstein files I had in my title, one of my listeners, Apple Eyes is her name, sent me this email. Check this out. Hang on, it's coming.
How to look up the Epstein files.
Here's how you look up the Epstein files. I actually haven't done this, but I really want to, but I'm just like, it's so sickening, man. I mean, they're like harvesting kids for organs, I hear. That's what that Daffalong, I can't pronounce it. I was at the Santa Monica Pier the other day, and there was all these protesters because apparently they're Asian, Daffalong, I can't pronounce it. But apparently they're very healthy people, and so that's why people are trying to harvest their organs. But yeah, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein, it sounds like they would have blood rituals where they would drink blood. They would kill children. Jeffrey Epstein had 330 gallons of sulfuric acid, which, you know, dissolves bones. Jeffrey Dahmer style. Like I just don't even think the average human being can really process the level of satanic disgustingness that these people were involved in, that the elite rich were. And I just pray for the souls of all those children who went through ungodly, who knows? You don't even want to know. It's so disgusting. Action-packed. Oh, that sucks. An infection in the nail or a hurt limb, but the front leg is swollen. I'm going to the vet first thing tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to, give them like a little shot or some antiseptic, maybe have to, open it up to let the swelling out and everything. But make sure you pay attention to it. You know, I mean, even if you got to take it in today or something, or I like to, you know, what did the internet say about it? I'm sure you probably looked that up and everything, but yeah, for sure. Let me know tomorrow on the show. I'm very interested to know how that turns out for you, but I'm sure the vet will be able to help you out and get your turtle back to turtling. What's your turtle's name? Epstein probably is a reason of the oil is missing kids on milk cartons. Yeah, really. Absolutely. And people talk about, you know, all these immigration detainment camps, that these are just like free kids for these disgusting billionaires. Do you think the next administration prosecutes the Epstein class? I think they will if it's progressive. I don't know. Just because I think all of them are on it. I think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And then they were saying it's closed. I saw in the Midas Touch that there's like 100 million. I mean, there is so many files on this thing. It's just disgusting. And we're not even seeing the real disgusting shit. I mean, they've redacted so much of it to protect people. You know, I can't stand is that Todd Blanche. He's like, what? What do you mean? You baked in an assumption that men abusing kids? When did I ever say that? If there was other men who'd abuse these kids, you can guarantee. And he does a, huh? Like that guy is the devil, allegedly. He went and talked to Ghislaine Maxwell and is like offering her, put her into a softer prison. She deserves to be in maximum security. Most people like her, prisoners, take care of week 1. She needs to get some of those in-house prison beatings for the shit she's done. And Todd Blanche, how dumb do you think we are? Of course we know Epstein didn't act alone. There'd be no point of that. He wouldn't be a billionaire. People paid him to have this shit and dirt on politicians so they could control them. So our politicians will not act even when you're like, what is going on? Why are they protecting these people? Because they're protecting themselves. Like when you see Pam Bondi doing, oh yeah, you don't you dare call me a liar. I mean, all this performative bullshit is because she knows if he goes down, she goes down. Because that was the thing. During Watergate, Nixon got to resign, but his attorney general went to prison. You know, she has no idea. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Putin has the real files. I think he does. I think Putin, that's why he's always so calm and cool. Look, dude, look, you know, because he's got shit on everybody. Trump is mentioned too many times to not be a diddler. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, whether or not what you believe, you know, Obama's not in there. I think the best thing about the Epstein files is how racist they were. And I don't know if you know, they said no, there's literally quoted, he said no N-words. You know, they didn't want any black children, which thank the God. It's the one time you can thank God for racism because it spared so many black and brown children. You know, it's just disgusting, the levels of what they did. Trump literally worked with the courts and the prosecution to get Epstein convicted in 2007. No guilty man that was compromised by him would get them arrested. It vindicated him. Maybe. I mean, yes, I understand what you're saying, but I think it was they prosecuted him because they're like, let's get rid of the guy who has dirt on all of us. And then let's say he hung himself in prison. He didn't hang himself. There's no way. If Epstein had dirt on Trump, if he was compromised by Epstein, he wouldn't have worked with lawyers and courts to get him arrested on 2007 or kick him out of the Mar-a-Lago, obviously. There's been reports that have contradicted him saying that he kicked him out. Jeffrey Epstein was never a member, they said. So thank you for your comment, but I think that, I don't know. I think people just don't want to believe that it's possible Trump is on there, you know? And I get it. You know, there's a lot of people that are probably went to that island that you'd say, oh, come on, not him, not her. But I think we all have to accept, no matter who it is. And also think about this. If Trump really wasn't on it, why would he not be suing everybody and their mother for defamation at this point? You know, and the ways I've been exonerated, it's just like when people aren't guilty, I think they act a little bit differently. They're not as deflective. They didn't release it. How do you know Obama isn't in there and don't believe what they release is true files? We just haven't heard. Don't you think if Obama was on those files, don't you think that's the first person Trump has not ever said Obama was in those files. And I think he would have, right? Just my observation. Guys, this show is getting to this hour mark and I got to get back to some work. Obama's not in there. You sure about that? No, I'm not sure about that. But like I just stated, don't you think if he was, he would be numero uno to take down? I don't know. Epstein is very much alive. Yeah, I saw some pictures supposedly in Tel Aviv of a guy that looked just like him. I really would not be surprised if Epstein was alive, because I'm sure, like, dude, go to jail. We'll fake your suicide and then we'll hide you. I mean, there had to be an escape plan. These guys have so much money. He had his own private island. There had to be a day that, you know, like that they planned for, like Diddy. Diddy had all of his everything covered, and that's why they could never really convict him on the RICO, is because there was no proof left behind. He kicked him out for stealing his staff. Not just him kicking Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, but he also worked with the courts in Epstein's prosecution on Epstein's 2007 conviction. This is not something a compromised man would do. I don't know, Gob. I'm not sure. From the way Trump is acting, I would be very surprised if he didn't have something. I mean, look at this. Again, this clip of Donald Trump
have
is
in
super
common
creepy.
with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Oh, that was Hulk Hogan creepy.
I mean, who says that they have sex in common with their daughter? I just got to say, it's a character thing. Yes, I know this. If Obama was in the files, they would have come out years ago. Maybe. Yeah. Epstein mostly had ties to the Democrat Party. As for his political connections go, Dershowitz, Clinton, Hakeem Jeffries, etc. The most of Epstein's political donations were the Democratic Party. Yep. You are correct about that. But again, as I've said, this thing goes deep. This thing goes deep to both sides. I don't believe it's a Republican or a Democrat thing. I think it's a pedophile thing. And I hope we find out. Look, if Donald Trump is nowhere in there and he really is the hero who tried to get rid of Epstein, why was he calling it a Democratic hoax? You know? I don't know. There's a lot of questions I have. But guys, I do have to get going. Obama's new lawyer was talking with Epstein many times, and a few others were too. MAGA didn't need proof to storm the Capitol and beat cops, but later mentioned more times than God in the Bible, and their famous MAGA common sense tingle didn't turn off. Well, you know, I think the problem, part of it is people don't want to believe that Trump is that it's possible that he could be in these files. Obama is literally mentioned in the files over 1 million times. That doesn't mean he went to Epstein Island, but if names being in it is tantamount to guilt to them. Has it been mentioned 1 million times? I know they mentioned his name as if, like, yeah, they were kind of going off on it. And I do understand what you're saying. Like, just because you're mentioned in it does not equal that you were the pedophile. What does Trump suing the BBC for distorting a story about January 6th have anything to do with Epstein? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. I just hope we find out too. I hope justice is served and no matter who's involved. Agreed. Yes, thank you, Action Packed. Have a great day, and do remember to look up. It's very important because it's bigger than us. Everyone needs to keep talking about it. What they did, redacting any of it's not right, and it's regular person things would be different. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the craziest part is why it's taking us so long to protect all these pedophiles. Yeah, no, I think Biden is a sicko. Of course. Yeah. If you know me and you watch the show, you would know that I think Biden's a sicko too. But I just hope all the Epstein's files are all released so the truth comes out, and then we'll put all this to rest. We'll know if Donald has nothing to do it. We'll know that. If he's in it, we'll know that. If the Clintons, if Obama, Bush, I mean, whoever it is, anybody who harms children should be put in prison, period. Guys, this is Samson's World, where court, comedy, and culture collide in your universe. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Keep light, love, and health around your family and your friends and your loved ones. Remember to laugh. This is what everybody always asks me lastly. Why didn't Dems release when they were in power? Because they're in the files as well. That's the answer to that, because they were involved. And I don't know. I don't know why Trump decided now. I'm thankful he did, because we're that much closer to busting one of the largest kid trafficking rings that we've ever seen in history. And as a lot of the congressmen have seen it, they're like, it's shocking who was on it, guys. And yep, thank you very much, Monty Hobson from St. Louis, Missouri. Tell your sister Laura hello. Thank you very much for checking out the show. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm here live every single day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, tomorrow, watch me on Comics Unleashed, Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed, The Whole Bear Show, tomorrow night, Wednesday night on CBS. Thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world.
Can you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?